Hello students. Previous video session I think we saw how can we delete at the beginning, how can we delete at the end, and how can we delete every alternate node in the circular linked list. Now today's session we are going to see how we can try to delete any specific node. That means I am going to accept from the user which element or which node he wants to delete, and I will have to delete that particular node. This is the last operation that is pending in our circular linked list. So let us see how we are going to do this and what are the possible conditions that we have to check in order to delete any specific node. Okay. Now, so I had taken the class void circular linked list delete specific. Okay, you are going to accept the item that has to be deleted from the main function. Call this function from the main function as usual. So this item is the node that we have to delete. Okay, it could be anywhere, right? Right now for this we are going to take two pointers, current and previous. These are the two pointers that I am going to take in order to do this particular operation. Now, let me go condition by condition. The first condition that we always check is whether the list is empty or not. If the list is empty, then we cannot do any deletion at all. So, the first condition that I have to check is whether the list is empty. So, how do I check that? So, I will write if head is equal to null. Head is equal to null means we are going to write cout deletion is not possible. Because why it is not possible? Because it is empty. Q is empty, or list is empty, and then we return. Right? So this is the first condition that we are going to check. If the list is going to be empty. The second, I am going to explain each condition. I will rub and write here only because there are so many conditions that we have to check. So I will continue here. So the first condition, I hope it's clear. We are going to check if the list is empty. If the list is empty, how do you check that? We say if head is equal to null. If head is null, deletion is not possible because list is empty. Okay. What is the second condition that we are going to check? Now, what is the second condition? Now, in the list, you may have only one element in the list. This is a circular linked list. You may have something like this, 23. The item is also what you have entered, what is also 23. That means I want to delete 23. Where is 23? 23 is, let us say, suppose 23 is the first node in the list. Head is pointing here. It is pointing here, and it is the only node. The only node means you don't have any other nodes. It is coming pointing back to the head. Suppose this is the case. Then how do we check this? If head of next is equal to head of next is equal to head. That means what? That's the only element that is there. Now there could be only one element in the list and this item may not match. That also is possible. Let us check if head of next is equal to head and item is what we have accepted is equal to head of data. That means you have only one node and I also want to delete also that node only. Then what I do? I will display whatever I have to delete. What is that we have to delete? We have to delete head of data. Now, when I delete this node, what will happen? My list will become empty. So, if list is going to be empty, I have to initialize head is equal to null. I have to initialize head is equal to null because your list has now become empty. That is the second condition that we have to check. First condition we said if the list is empty. Second condition I said you have just one node in the list and item also is nothing but the same node that is existing 23. You want to delete that. So if head of next is equal to head, which indicates that it is the only node in the list and item is equal to head of data. This is the same item. It may not be the same item also. In that case, you have to say item not found. item is equal to head of data, then see out, we are displaying this just to indicate what are we going to delete. So we are deleting head of data, and then you have to assign head is equal to null. Okay, next. This is another possible condition. Now, you may be asking for head of data, twice 23, but this may not be the only element, there may be several elements in the node. Then how to check? This we took where head of next is equal to head and item is equal to head of data. That means I have entered 23 and that is the only node in the list. Then I am trying to do like this. Suppose I have entered 23, but I have so many other nodes. It is not the only node. Then how should we write the code? Let us see that condition also. That means my list is going to be something like this. I have more than one node in the list and 23 is here, first node. And item is also 23. That means I have accepted 23 to be deleted. 23 is the first element, so I want to delete it. But what will happen? If I delete this element, this link has to now come to here. It has to come to here. And head should point here. Correct? That is how the change. That is the changes we have to make. If you have more than one element in the list. So how can I check that? If head of data is equal to item. So that means the first element, first node is what I want to delete. Head of data is equal to item. What is my item? 23. Head of data is what? 23. So 23 is equal to 23. So we are condition is satisfied. If that is the case, what I should do? I have to somehow access this last node because link or next of this should be connected to the new head. Correct? So I have to access this node. How do I access this node? I will take this pointer current. I will initialize current is equal to head. So this will become my current. Next, I should go on traversing. How do I check? In the last video session also we have seen something like this. While current of next is not equal to head. While current of next is not equal to head, current is equal to current of next. That means I want to access this node. How do I access? I will initialize head with current. So this becomes my current. While current of next is not equal to head. Is it equal to head? No, because it is pointing to the next node. Current is equal to current of next. So this will become the current. Again I am going back. Current of next, is it equal to head? Is it equal to head? No, it is not equal to head. It is pointing to this element. So current is equal to current of next. Again current will become the last element. Again I will go back. Current of next is not equal to head. This condition is not satisfied now because current of next is equal to head. So I will come out of the loop. Okay. So when I come out of the loop, let me display what is that we are deleting. This is the one we are deleting. See out head of data. Let me display that so that we know which element are we deleting. So I have deleted 23, let us say. Two changes you have to make. This next of this. How do I access this node? It is nothing but my current. Current of next should be pointing now to this one, second element. And your head also should point to this one because this becomes your new starting or the new first element. How do I write that? Current of next will become, we'll have to point here. How do I access this? This is nothing but head of next, right? So I will write current of next is equal to head of next because it should point to the second element. How do I access the second element? It is nothing but head of next. Head of next. Then this should now become my head, new head. How do I access this node again? It is nothing but head of next. So I can write head is equal to head is equal to head of next. So that is how you try to delete the first element when you have more than one element in the list. So first I am checking if head of data is equal to item. That is the first condition because we want to delete the, let us say we are given 23 and 23 is in the first element. So in that case I have to keep track of the last node, because next of this last node should point to the second element now, and the second element will now become the new head. Okay, so current is equal to head, while current of next is not equal to head. I go on traversing. Current is equal to current of next. I stop at the last node because there current of next is equal to head. This condition will not be satisfied, so I will come out of the loop. When I come out of the loop, this last node will be my current. Okay, so that before that I am displaying what is it we are trying to delete. What are we trying to delete? We are trying to delete head of data 23. That is gone. What changes you have to make? Next of this last node should now point to the second node because first node has gone. Second node will now become the first node. How do I access second node? It is nothing but head of next. Correct. How do I access this link? This is nothing but current of next. Current of next will come to head of next. Okay. Head will point where? It has to point to this element now because the first element is gone. So how do I access this element? It is nothing but head of next. So head is equal to head of next. So head will start pointing at this location. Is it clear? This is the condition where we want to delete the first element and you have more elements in the list. Next, what other conditions we have? I don't want 23 is not the first element, it is somewhere in between. Then how do I delete? Right? So let us see that. Okay, next condition what we are going to take is this is my list now. Okay. My item, let us say item is still 23. I want to delete 23. Where is 23? 23 is now not in the beginning. It is somewhere in between. I want to delete this. Now, if you want to delete this, what will happen? There will be some changes. This link will go. What will happen to this link? So next of 43 will come to this. This link will also go. These are the changes that you have to make. Correct? Now, what are the nodes I should access? I should be able to access. I should be able to access 43 because next of 43 should be linked to next of 23. I want to delete 23, so I should be able to access 23 also. So 43 and 23, these two nodes I should be able to access because I am deleting 23 and next of 43 should be connected to this node. How do I access this node? This node is nothing but next of 23. Right? So how do we do? Let me take an else there. I had given if data, head of data is equal to item and then we had written the previous function else. This is our next condition. What is our next condition? Current is equal to head. Let me take a pointer current. Okay. Now, what should you check? Why? I am not for first node. First node, how to deal with first node we have already seen. So let us go ahead. So what I will say, why current of next is not equal to head and current of data is not equal to item. Current of next is not equal to head means what? You are going to do this until you arrive at the last node. Only last node will have this condition right, satisfied. And current of data is not equal to item. Current of data, if it is not matching with item 23, if it is not matching, then I will go on. I will enter into this while. Here what I check? If current of next is equal to head. Then see out. Element not found because why I am writing this? While current of of next is not equal to head and current of data is not equal to item. Only these two conditions you will get inside this. These two are satisfied. You will get inside this while loop. Correct. Again you are checking if current of next is equal to head. Maybe one of the conditions is that means you already reached to the last item. Okay, then your element is not formed. Otherwise, what you will do? Previous is equal to current. Current is equal to current of next. That means this is my current. I have initialized current here. Now, if this condition is satisfied, current of next is what? It is pointing to the next element. It is not pointing to head. So this condition is satisfied. And current of data is not equal to item. Current of data is what? 13. What is item? 23. So it is not satisfied. So I will get into this loop. This is not satisfied. So I will come here. Previous is equal to current. Current is equal to current of next. So what is current is equal to current of next. So this will become current. This will become previous. Okay. All that we go on doing until we reach this last element. When I reach the last element, what will happen? I have, okay, it's not the last element. Current of data is equal to item. Here, at this condition, this will become equal. So, this will not get satisfied. So, it will come out of the loop. So, then what? If it is equal to item, then what will happen? This will become my current. This will be my previous when I come out of the while loop. When I come out of my while loop, 43 will be previous, 23 will be my current. So, what is the element that we want to delete? Let me write C out. I want to delete 23. How do I access 23? That is nothing but current of data. I am deleting that part. Then what should I do? This link next of this 43 should be connected to 14. How do I access this? It is nothing but this is my previous. Previous of next is equal to current of next. So that is how I make that connection. Previous of next is equal to current of next. So that is how you try to delete a specific element in the circular link list. Okay, so this is how we are trying to see. There are several conditions we saw in this. What did we see? We first saw whether the list is empty. Then second condition we saw what? We saw whether the list is having only one element and you want to delete that element. That's the second condition we saw. Third condition what we saw? We have many elements in the list but we want to delete, we have entered item as the first element. Okay, so that is the third condition we saw. Fourth condition, we are trying to see where you want to delete. The element is somewhere in between. It is not the beginning, first element, but it is somewhere in between. Then how do you delete? Okay, these are the different methods to delete. So we have seen delete at the beginning, delete at the end, then delete any specific element, delete every alternate node, display, insertion at the beginning, insertion at the end, insertion at any specific element, after any specific element. These are the complete 8 operations I think we have seen with respect to circular linked list. So I will be sharing the notes of circular linked list and the program for circular linked list. In the lab cycle you have only deletion is asked, but I want you to try all the insertions, all the deletions also, so that we can be without the insertion how can you delete? You should know how to insert. So that is very important. So this ends with your concept of circular linked list. I think we have discussed all the possible operations that can be performed on circular linked list. Next video session I will be starting with double linked list. Okay. So see you all in the next session. Thank you.